CM Punk Roman Reigns segment from this past Monday night. I thought it was great. It didn't blow my mind like it did for everyone else because there were some things that
Yeah.
happened in it where I'm like, at the end of the day, you still see the early version of Roman kind of creeps out,
Yeah.
but then you can also see the guy who is the guy. And I think it helped that it was just him and Punk one on one. I think what they were allowed to say helped the segment. I think it being in the city where it was at helped as well. As you talked about, he referenced, in Philly was when I won the Royal Rumble and I got booed. And now I come back to Philly after winning another Royal Rumble and I'm the tribal chief and y'all love me and all that. But I think it was great for them to reference, obviously, the influence that Paul Heyman's had on each of them. And CM Punk saying, all you did was just copy me. And in terms of how to be great, what did you do? You took Paul Heyman. Yeah, you had a long reign, but look at my reign versus yours with the part-timerness of it, which is the other irony of that CM Punk was crying about part-timers, and that's kind of what Roman Reigns is now. And the irony of Roman Reigns saying, well, because you bitched and moaned, I had to do all the work after you left. And because you bitched and moaned to your best friend about me on a podcast, I've had to live with that my entire life. I thought it was good with the stuff they referenced. And to bring it back to what I had said this past Monday night, Drew McIntyre, they put him not 6 feet under, 12 feet under, because both of them buried this fucking guy. And then what he said on Friday night, nope, it's not good enough. Try again. Because
I love the fragile feel thing though.
it's a good line, but everything they set up, but CM Punk legit saying like, yeah, you beat Drew McIntyre, but how many of your cousins was better? But then at the same time, Roman Reigns legit said like, I've beaten Drew McIntyre numerous times. So it's my point again, like this guy is so fucking cursed. They buried him 14 different times in one segment. It's just like his title doesn't matter. His show doesn't matter. Even though this is the brand new fucking title they're fighting over. That was the only strength of Drew McIntyre's promo on Friday was him saying like, this is the title that all these guys except Dusty Rhodes, which is a clever diss that he snuck in there, had. So
Also,
that's the
that
point.
world title that's on Raw, not to cut you off. Remember, Roman Reigns said that's the Mickey Mouse title when he's talking
And
to
well,
Seth Rollins.
that's the hypocrisy of wrestling, obviously, and they always whatever they say goes one way, and now it's a complete opposite. But Roman Reigns isn't making it about the title; he's making it about, and this is how he ended his promo, which is I hate you, and that's why I'm picking you because I hate you, and I'm only gonna face you so I can take your title and end this once and for all. So I mean, the stuff about Finn Balor at the beginning, that's going to be the stuff that keeps CM Punk going because I agree with what everyone's saying. Like, you don't need to do any more build up. The tickets are sold already based off of that. Whatever, any
Well,
more interaction, go ahead.
this the only promo they're gonna get until April from Roman Reigns anyway. So
Well, I mean, that's because he's a lazy piece of shit. But regardless of that,
y'all not gonna see
again,
him till April.
don't forget the guy who was bitching and moaning about Brock Lesnar a decade ago. I'm here when he doesn't want to show up.
But look, that's actually a good impersonation. But look, like you
And
said,
and the other part, because let me explain about why Roman Reigns at the end of the day is still kind of like I said, he'll have those weak moments. He is terrible when he does the like that fake laugh. Like, come on, you really think?
yeah, that's acting 101. Like you
That's where
said, the
That's why
beginning
it's
of the
like
promo was like,
that's why that phone call from Hollywood is still like. Oh, I thought I heard it ring. It didn't. My bad. Wait.
yeah,
That's why it's not all the way picked up yet because he can't do the man.
it's really like when you go to acting for camera. This is why y'all learn to act on stage like I do, because when you act for camera, and it comes off fake. Whereas if you learn how to
Exact.
act on stage,
It's fake, not
it's
in a good
depicted.
way.
Yeah, like in the beginning, like Davis was saying, it's just like, ooh, this sounds like 2015. He was
Yeah.
talking in the beginning, like it sounds scripted. Like it just sounds like he reading a script. that he read and memorized,
Yep.
and it didn't come off well. But then when he got mad, that's when I was like,
That's his
okay,
best.
yeah,
Him being mad now, not the John Cena version where he was like, bitch, bitch, when he was just going at John Cena by saying bitch
yeah, fake ass
every
bitch.
every other word. And that's
Yeah,
again, like he's learned now that like, and when he has to bring in the fact that again, the stuff that is real, like the reason you could come back is because I said you could, and because there was a place for you to come back to, because my family and I did all the work, which again, that's facts.
right.
Like that bloodline story, and no one can say otherwise, carried
Say
that company for 4.5 years. It
it's the
wasn't
reason
Cody
why they
Rhodes
made
coming
all
back.
time profits
Yeah,
from 2020. My fault to cut you off. It's the
no,
reason
no,
why they made all time profits from 2020 to 2024.
exactly. It wasn't Becky Lynch. It wasn't Bianca Belair. It wasn't Cody Rhodes crossing over. It wasn't any of that. It was him versus Jay 1-on-1 with Paul Heyman, then him Jay Jimmy, then him Jay Jimmy solo, then him Jay Jimmy solo with Sammy, and then the it culminated obviously the I'm not counting the stuff where the it turns to black and white Wolfpack, but I'm saying like that when the run ends at the WrestleMania where Cody goes over, like, but that would, like I said, that's 4 years of them controlling and running everything, and he and his family, but most importantly, he deserve all the credit for that. No one can say otherwise. Again, that my point of saying like the reason they make him the draw to that he is because, granted, that story was doing all the business and all that, but you can manufacture everything because, like I've said before, you can manufacture good attendance when every show was a sellout when The Rock was coming back. But why isn't every show called a sellout now when The Rock's not here? Again, it's because it's to boost one guy's ego. We got to call it a sellout. But when it's actually a sellout, we don't have to advertise it as such. But that's a whole other conversation. But overall, like I said, the this again, I'm not going to Vegas like y'all, but it bought me a ticket to tune in because like it wasn't a grand slam, but it was a home run at least. Like they did what they were supposed to do. I just think some people kind of oversold it a little bit, but hey,
Well, that lets
overall,
you know the state of the business and why this company is in the bullshit that they are in today. Because you get promos like this, whereas me, Dot, Amp, and others around my age demographic, we were getting this every Monday, and not just from one segment, damn near every segment. Like again, it wasn't like all of it was great. You'll get some like despicable things, some insane things, but them promos when that glass hit from that man, hey, you know you in for a ride. And we would get that from him. And then when you hear if you smell the rock, you getting that promo. When that car wreck happened and Mick Foley come out, you getting that. So we had guys that'd give you a promo, but like, oh yeah, this wrestling shit is fire. Now you get it every so often, which is fine. It just things change. I don't expect things to remain the same. That's just not how life is. Like I talk shit about the NBA, but eventually something has to change. It's just nothing has a never. So
well,
the
for I'm only cutting off for like saying like for things for him to go out and say the reason I'm back is because business is bad and I'm going to be the one to change it. I'm like, it ain't really bad like that because you're not around, and one, you don't want to be around anyway. So we're just telling lies here. Everyone's telling lies because it
yeah,
goes back to, and someone had quote tweeted this because he did a vlog about his day in Saudi, and he said like, this was never handed to me. Everything I got right now is everything I've earned. I'm like, hey, nothing was handed.
it
Nothing
wasn't.
for 5 years. Vince McMahon was like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you
But
go,
wait,
here you
remember
go.
he had to go through, and then that's what
No,
Cena said
no,
years
no.
ago.
He
He
was
he
handed
said
everything.
no,
He
but
only
remember what
earned
Cena
it when no
said.
one was around to boo him. That's the only way he earned it.
No, but before that. Remember what Cena said? You took the U.S. title as a demotion. I took it and I made it hot. So
Yeah,
he's saying that he had to go through that
but
because
that's
he
him
still
being
look.
again. That's him being handed everything, which is we can't afford to make you the top guy right now, but we're still going to give you up instead of just putting you to the bottom of the card and making your career irrelevant. We're still going to give you stuff like that. versus it's a demotion, and it's again it's the pinnacle of Kofi Kingston's career to that point. But for you, it's a demotion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everything with this guy's whole fucking career is handed to him by Vince McMahon. The Shield,
Well, it could be,
all of it.
but check this out. The same things could be said about The Rock. Same things could be said about Triple H. Some people could say John Cena. Some people could say shit.
No, the only again the John Cena, because John Cena went through 6 months as white meat babyface, and then almost a year of heel Doctor of Thugonomics, then face version of Doctor Thugonomics the next year. That's earning it, because he was doing all that on the second show, even though it was the better show to a lot of people, being SmackDown. But he did all that. So then when he wins his title and Batista wins his title, and after a month of business, Vince McMahon's like, one guy's doing better business than the other, and it's not the guy I chose, or more offense, it's the guy that Triple H chose, being Batista. So he did the swap where John Cena goes to Raw, Batista goes to SmackDown. And that's why John Cena becomes the way he is. That's the only time. Again, he earned it to get to that point. Roman Reigns' whole thing is you got put in this badass faction. They make you the bigger single star out of it because, less than a year after the faction breaks up, you're in the main event of WrestleMania after you win the Rumble. That's being handed everything. Dean Ambrose didn't have anything handed to him. He had to go out and earn everything.
You think that guy would have had everything handed to him in WWE?
No. I'm saying
compared to Seth Rollins.
No, I'm saying,
look, Seth Rollins is another guy, and Batista.
Oh no, I'm saying for Seth Rollins for sure got everything handed to him. That's what I mean. Like when you have the Triple H stamp, you have everything. Randy Orton. Again, Randy Orton had everything handed to him way more than John Cena.
Shit, way more than anybody, if you want to be honest.
Even though we both don't like him, Edge had to go and earn everything. We got to give him credit for that. Yes. Yes. Because everyone always says it.
When he went single, he got the IC title. He got the US title.
He was in feuds with Booker T over shampoo commercials. And he was in a fucking hair versus hair feud with Kurt Angle. Like that. Like that's
exactly.
That was going out and earning it.
Yeah, and then from there, he just constantly got the push.
We gotta sideline this for a whole. That's an own episode and stuff, because that is Edge had to earn way more than Roman Reigns had to.
He kept getting pushed over and over. All these,
Roman
and I'm not
Reigns
saying
had
you're wrong about the Roman Reigns thing.
Back-to-back WrestleMania. No. He had a quadrilogy of main. He went from Brock Lesnar, Triple H main event, Undertaker main event, for not even the title and not even the streak on the line, because the streak had been broken, and it wasn't even the Undertaker's retirement match, and then to fucking Brock
and they cheated.
Rematch. That's being handed everything.
Hold on, and they cheated for him because he went back. Well, it's kind of not cheating, but he went back to back in 2024 with the main events, that tag match, and then the match with Cody. And then last year, that triple threat, because they wanted to give CM Punk his main event.
It goes back. That's right. Being handed everything because he gets the main event when he's not the champion. Like, that's the shit CM Punk was wah about when he was the champion and not getting the main events. But
it was a good match. But even still, that main event last year, it was just to get them two into the main event. Well, all three of them into the main event.
Well, that's why look at them having, because this is the match that it should have been last year. And again, Seth Rollins has to whine and cry his way into Daddy Triple H's arms about, like, look at, why do I get passed over? Why can't it be me? Like, what about it? He does, and that's the irony about him ripping off CM Punk's entire career, which he's done, is he does the, what if it's a triple threat match like CM Punk said it should have been in 2013 with Rock and Cena, which at the time I do agree based off the way they were telling that story, but it would have made sense because John Cena needed a one-on-one win over The Rock. They had to do the home and home version of it.
And guess what? We get a triple threat this year, even though Drew said you can't get the title, you blonde-headed bitch.
Yeah, let's not. We'll talk about that in the weeks to come, because if it plays out that way, then
I'm confused.
Yeah.